Hello, everyone. My name is Polina Chesnakova. I'm the head of Jmix Services. I hope you can see and hear me well. I'm delighted to see you at our online meeting. Thank you to everyone who found the time and opportunity to join our webinar on how can partners make money using Jmix services. Today's meeting will be particularly interesting for partners and clients who wish to maximize development efficiency and thinking about scaling their teams or looking for different ways to monetize their knowledge further. Before we dive into our webinar, I would like to cover a few organizational points. Join us today on the webinar is Viktor Fadeev, the product manager of the Jmix platform. Victor will assist me in answering your questions. Our meeting is scheduled to 45 minutes, including your questions. You can write your questions during the webinar in the YouTube chat, and we will answer it at the end, or if we have an opportunity, we will answer it immediately, of course. I would like to note that the webinar is being recorded and later will be published on the YouTube channel. So I think we can start the webinar, and while I outline the agenda, those who are running late will join us. Firstly, I would like to introduce ourselves and briefly talk about our platform and the services we offer you. Next, we will discuss how our services address the needs and pain points of various business audiences. I will explain which services are best suited for which businesses. After that, we will consider each service separately so that you can understand the differences between them, their advantages, and how they can benefit businesses. Additionally, I will share real use cases from our practice to help you understand the problems each service solves. Next, we have a part that will be interesting for our partners. I will explain how partners can use Jmix services to get additional income. We also have exciting promotions for you and the prize drawing. We will cover this at the end. And the final part, we will answer your questions. Let's start with a little introduction. Jmix is a technological open source platform for rapid business application development on Java. Jmix is a powerful and flexible open source based framework based upon the Spring Boot. It simplifies full stack Java development, allowing you to build robust and scalable applications efficiently. This project was done upon more than 15 years of custom development expertise. We can confidently say JMix can be beneficial to you not only as a development tool. This is confirmed by successful stories of using JMix services of our customers like developers, corporations, digital agencies. We want to introduce you to our services that enable learning English, training others, and promptly resolving issues during development. JMix is not just a development platform, but also provides accompanying services to enhance the productivity of development teams and facilitate the rapid creation of business applications. We choose today's topic because, firstly, we want to inform you about the variety of our services, and secondly, to emphasize that these services can be used for diverse business purposes. So, what are the Jmix services and what types do we offer? Services are types of support that address the primary needs of businesses and developers throughout the software creation and implementation process. On the slide, you see a list of the services. I will briefly go over them to give you an idea of each, and later we will discuss some in more detail. First and foremost, we have a consulting service. On the Jmix website, there is a free community forum where you can ask questions about the platform, but we also offer commercial support for our clients. With commercial support, questions are asked in a private category and have priority in response preparation by our developers. Next is the outstaffing service. You can hire our core Jmix developers full time for complete project immersion and rapid development, as our developers possess extensive and expert knowledge to solve any task. Another separate service is training. This involves comprehensive training for your team on Jmix tools and mechanisms following a proposed program or specific training modules. Then there are online courses. There are also training sessions, but in a different format. The online course covers our most popular topics and follows a set schedule. This format is ideal for individual developers or if you need to train one or two team members. Next, I suggest we look at which business audiences will benefit from Jmix services and what problems our service can address in your work. The above services enable digital agencies and IT consulting firms, independent software vendors, and corporations to work more efficiently. In the following slides, we have outlined the benefits of the services, the pain points they can address, and the tasks they can solve. First of all, you will be able to take on more projects without being constrained by existing resources. At any stage of the project, you can reach out to us for additional developers and more. Additionally, we can provide you with outstaff developers to support you at the start of a project while you are in the process of recruiting developers for your team and getting them to speed with the technology. This allows you to avoid project delays and prepare a solid foundation for your future team. If you face limitations with working with large clients requesting the implementation of large scale projects, our services will allow you to not turn down such orders but to collaborate on them. This way, you can avoid focusing only on small projects and increase your income by working with large businesses. In this case, Jmix training can make the current development process more efficient. After your team completes a full course package or even trains just two or three experts within the company, these specialists will be able to independently train new employees to scale their team. Additionally, we offer a separate BPM course aimed at system analysts. This training allows you to quickly create a prototype application on Jmix. After completing Jmix training, you won't have to waste time familiarizing yourself with the project. Within a week, your team will start coding on Jmix. Basic training takes about 30 hours. Another common situation we frequently encounter is when a product has already been created on an older version of Jmix and migration to a new version is necessary. In this case, we offer expert assistance in migration, significantly reducing the time needed for the migration and even the migration process. Our services also help solve the problem of development scarcity and improve the hiring pipeline. Our training program allows you to quickly turn juniors into independent developers, even if an employee joins you straight from the university. Training provides practical skills for solving your business tasks. Additionally, training simplifies the transition of a developer to a new technology stack without task delays. For clearly understanding, we have categorized the services by audience. The table on this slide shows the distribution, but of course, it does not limit you, and any of the listed services can be applied to any company. It all depends on the business tasks. In the next part of our webinar, we will take a closer look at each service area. So, let's talk about consulting. We provide comprehensive and expert support at all stages of development from project start to deployment. It's worth noting that we have two types of consulting. The first is the open community forum on our website. There you can ask questions, get answers, or find the information you need in already existing topics. We strive to respond promptly to all questions, but response time depends on the team workload and the question's complexity. However, many questions can be answered by fellow community members. If you have a fundamental project with multi-stage development, I want to draw your attention to the second type of consulting, commercial support. I would like to briefly present a couple of use cases shared by the consulting team. This way, you can immediately envision the range of tasks that consulting can assist you with. A client from Hungary needed to integrate a JavaScript Kanban board web component into the ERP system project. Since the component itself is extensive in terms of functionality, the goal of consulting was to achieve a basic integration of the component into a Jmix 2 Plus application as a project. This would allow the client to understand how to integrate such components and further develop it. The client specified the mandatory functionalities they wanted for the Kanban and the functionalities that would be desirable to have within the consultant time allocated. After analyzing the component and according to the client's requirements, the work was estimated to take 4 hours. As a result, the client was provided with a project implementing the integration of the component, along with a description of what was done and how to use it, and mandatory requests were fulfilled. In previous case, the client provided a technical assignment, but we can solve your issues even without it. This applies to situations where there is a part of the functionality the client wants to use, but does not understand how to use it correctly, and we come to the rescue with such issues. In this case, there is no need to spend time on documentation or searching for similar questions on the forum. Our developers will quickly write an optimal solution tailored to your situation. Commercial projects require the fastest possible response to avoid slowing down the development process. For this, we offer consultation in a private section of the forum on our website, which takes priority over the community forum. Regardless of the team's current workload, your issue will be thoroughly reviewed by core Jmix developers within 8 working hours, but we usually resolve issues even faster. Consulting can assist you with such issues as development and the improvement of platform components for your project needs, joint development of architecture, consultations of the technical capabilities of the platform, code review, and etc. In this slide, we try to visually demonstrate the differences between the community forum and commercial support. As you can see, with commercial support, the request processing speed is faster, the working schedule is more flexible, There is an opportunity to arrange an online meeting and, most importantly, a personalized expert solution tailored to your specific task is provided. Oh, sorry. You can purchase commercial support as needed when difficulties arise in your project. The minimum package is 3 hours. To conclude this part of our webinar, I would like to offer a promotion for clients with 3 or more paid enterprise licenses. To familiarize yourself with the service, we offer you 3 hours of free consulting. To activate this bonus, simply email us at info@jmix.io. Next, we will separately discuss the outstaffing service. In simple terms, outstaffing is the rental of Jmix developers. Within the framework of outstaffing, the employee is listed on our staff but actually works on the client's company. I emphasize that we offer only Jmix developers for outstaffing. Outstaffing is suitable when a project needs a boost. This can be required at any stage of the project. For instance, when the project is stalled at the beginning, as I mentioned earlier, and a fast start is needed. Further, advancing processes in the middle of the project during a team crisis. And the last option is attracting developers for outstaffing during the project handover in tight deadlines right before the deadline. Now, I would like to share two recent outstaffing use cases. The first client aimed to replace an outdated system for viewing intellectual property archives, which required constant advancement. It was decided to create a read-only application on Jmix connected to an Oracle database, which would allow a convenient interactions with entities using the built-in filters of the framework. Integration with Amazon S3 file storage was performed, from which PDF and T files are retrieved. A challenge was the database, about the columns of which there was little information since it was created a long time ago, really, requiring practical methods to determine the necessary and relevant data. Work on this project has finished and we have positive feedback from the customer. The second sorry the second client project is aimed at implementing and system that ensures the calculation and execution of operations related to personal income tax for bank clients. The system is connected to many external systems, including integration into the bank general security system. It takes into account change in legislation over different periods. The system integrates with corporate file storage, handles large volumes of data, and so on. As a result, it is a symbiosis of several technologies and approaches to data handling. Work on this project is in the final stage, but it can already be said that the project has been styled through CSS according to the client's requirements. The project is large and complex, and it is nearing completion, which is an excellent result for a relatively small team. I believe we will certainly release use cases on these projects to once again highlight the effectiveness of the outstaffing service. Outstaffing is also great because it is essentially a free in one service. Task completion and parallel training for the client's team, also, the shortest way to get expertise and knowledge from the whole Jmix platform team. During the work, our developer passes on best practice to the client's team. The developer, for the duration of the project, becomes a full-fledged team member, participates in daily or weekly meetings, and remains fully immersed in the project. In the project related to the banking system, our developer acted almost as a tech lead for the project team and shared his knowledge with colleagues for their independent work. After completing the outstaffing work, this client plans to transition to consulting to support the system with the rising issues. Let's move on to the advantages of our outstaffing over hiring new employees for the project. Firstly, it is a practical expertise with the technology. Our developers are part of the team that created the technology, constantly practice and shared experiences with colleagues. Naturally, they possess expert knowledge of all Jmix tools. Our developers does not need to undergo training, read Jmix documentation. They are ready to work right away. Because our developers move from project to project, they have extensive experience and expertise in solving in even the most difficult, most non-standard and complex tasks. Like with consulting, a short-term engagement is possible, even for a week, and only when needed. We do not obligate our clients to hire developers for at least a month or a similar period. The main thing is that the work is continuous day by day, otherwise, it falls under the consulting format. Next, we move on to the next service. The next block is training. We offer you and your colleagues to undergo training on Jmix. Firstly, the training helps save time on studying documentation, and practical tasks and homework assignments help reinforce and practice the material, allowing you to quickly apply the acquired knowledge in practice. An optimal balance of theory and practice in our courses will accelerate your team's learning. Experienced instructors will conduct the training and provide personalized feedback to each participant. I want to emphasize that the training is suitable not only for new employees or those just starting to work with the platform, but also for more in-depth study and subsequent implementation of technologies in your projects. Therefore, regardless of the developer's grade, you will be able to select educational modules that meet your project's needs. Over 400 participants have already successfully completed the training and shared positive feedback with us, stating that the training truly helps in their further work. Our training is conducted only on topics that you really need, and we tailor the schedule to suit your convenience. A chat is created for all participants, where students can ask their questions to the instructor. After completing the training, you have access to lesson recordings, presentations, link to GitHub repositories, and we issue certificates of completion. We have several training programs presented on this slide. Note that the training is divided into the first and second parts. We recommend starting with basic courses and then moving on to the second stage, advanced courses and additional courses. The second part of the training is needed not only for advanced work with Jmix, but for any developer planning to fully use our platform on their project. Therefore, we suggest gradually moving through the second part after completing the first. If you are only interested in specific training topics, we can always create a tailored program for you. The training page on our website features a catalog listing all the educational modules. Choose the necessary topics and we will create a tailored educational track for you. Also, I would like to draw your attention to discounts for training programs. As you can see, the more licenses you have, the bigger the discount on training. If you would like to create a training program tailored to your needs or learn more about the conditions for organizing training sessions, scan the QR code on this slide and submit a request. It is important to know that we conduct training online and can also come to your location. Why not? Additionally, we have discounts of up to 20% on training only within 2 months from the date of the webinar. Please note it. Next, we will discuss the next type of service, online course. Online courses also offer comprehensive training on Jmix, but they differ fundamentally from corporate training in their format. While training sessions involve teaching a group from a single client on topics chosen by the client and scheduled at their convenience, online courses are organized differently. For online courses, we independently determine the topics, set the schedule, and announce the course for everyone interested. This format is ideal for individual developers or small teams, or when one or two employees need training. If you're interested in hiring developers without Jmix knowledge, you can recommend that they first complete our online courses to learn the technology and then return for further interviews and employment. This can help expand your hiring funnel. Another practical example: if you are a digital agency and have a client from whom Jmix could be suitable, you can also use the online course to train your employee. It's enough for one developer to complete the online course, as they can then teach the technology to their colleagues. This way, you can offer to transition the client's project to Jmix with your help. I'm glad to announce the enrollment of the groups for the Jmix courses. For more information about what course we provide, you can visit the landing page via the QR code on this slide. If you or your colleagues are interested in participating in the online course, please leave your contact information in the form on the landing page, and we will reach out to discuss the details. And anticipating questions about the next online course, it will be held in September and will be a comprehensive training on BPM. Follow the Jmix newsletter or our blog on the website for the announcement of this course with a detailed program. The last part of our webinar will be devoted to a service that will be available in the fall, certification of Jmix developers. Certification is an opportunity to receive a document confirming that the developer is proficient in Jmix. What are the benefits of advantages of certification? For a developer, this is not only a confirmation of their qualification of their knowledge, but also an opportunity to expand the tool of productivity tools, increase competitiveness in the labor market. Having a certificate will help increase the chance of career growth and differentiate yourself from other candidates. For a company, this is an opportunity to receive confirmation of the qualifications of employees and conduct some monitoring of employee competence. We will definitely tell you more about the series closer to the release, so follow our news. A separate block of our webinar is dedicated to how partners can make money using Jmix services. After the first part of the presentation, you now have an understanding of how each service can help your business, the operating principles of each direction, and how this service differ from each other and from other formats of work. We invite you to consider the possibility of interacting with your clients in the service direction. Interaction is possible in several formats: training, consulting and community support, and outstaffing our Jmix developers. You can earn either by reducing costs or by increasing ways to generate revenue. If we talk about ways to increase revenue, they include renting out our developers to your clients. This can be particularly useful during project pauses to avoid downtime. Consulting can also become an additional source of income if your developers have the resources to assist client service specific issues. To differentiate in the market, your developers can get Jmix certification later, which will confirm their expert knowledge of the technology and allow you to charge a high rate for consulting or outstaffing. If you want to monetize your Jmix knowledge, start teaching the technology to others. We provide you with the basic course material in the form of scripts, presentations, and recording of already conducted lessons. You study the material, and if you have any questions, we are ready to help you resolve them. And then you can independently train your clients on Jmix. Now let's move on to ways to reduce and save on resources, reduce costs, sorry, and save on resources, which also allows you to increase revenue. Jmix allows you to quickly create a prototype for a new customer. With our consulting, you can speed up even more. Leading Jmix developers will offer the most optimal solution within the framework of commercial support. Another way to save time and money is by having your developers take our trainings. This applies to both the collective course and the corporate trainings. Instead of spending hours reading documentation, take ready made training on the topics that interest you and start the development process right away. Attracting our developers for outstaffing allows you to skip the training stage, previous stage, for your developers and immediately start creating high quality products using the knowledge of our expert to train you team during the development process. We all understand that mistakes can be costly. Therefore, if there is a need to use functionality that raises questions for developers, it is better to first clarify everything with our experts through commercial support. Send the code for code review, confirm that everything is written correctly, or request development assistance. This will help you avoid errors and hours for bug fixing later. Of course, we are ready to offer support with marketing and trainings materials, document templates, consultations, and answers to any questions that arise when working with clients. Finally, the most exciting use of this webinar, I guess, is the prize drawing of two free participants of an Jmix online course. We are going to choose two people who have registered on this webinar and send them a happy email. So now you just should wait a little bit this email. My presentation is coming to an end, and I thank you for your attention. If you have any questions or would like to share your feedback, you can also always contact me at the details provided on this slide. Visit our website at www.jmix.io, choose a service, and leave a request. We will be able to consult with you and select the most convenient and effective format of work. So now I'm ready for your questions. So I see there are a lot of questions and a lot of messages in the YouTube chat. So it will be difficult to read it right now. Thank you, Alex and Victor, that you assisted me. It is really important. So I think we don't have enough time to discuss something more, unfortunately, and I will be happy to get different questions and your requests. So you can always, I remember you, find me by this email, and I think that now I have to say goodbye and wish you have a nice day. So thank you for your attention, and I think see you later.